What's that? All right. Yep.
All right.
Engineer.
Nice.
Architect.
Nice.
Lawyer. Do we have any doctors in here?
Teachers.
Teachers.
Really?
What about my favorite? Any business? Business? Okay. Fuck yeah.
Politicians. No.
All right. Well, I mean,
there we go.
it's you guys have a long road ahead of you. You got 4 more years in high school. I would something we should highly suggest is start thinking of it now. Next thing you know, those 4 years are gonna be here, and you won't even know it. For me, high school went through really fast, and I transferred to UNC Charlotte in 2011. I'm getting old. I transferred to UNC Charlotte in 2011. So this is my third year here at school at UNC Charlotte, and it just seems so fast. I was like, holy crap, I'm already graduating. So like time flies. So make decisions now. For us, we are a organization on campus. There are over 375 different organizations. So Harry Potter, Earth Club, Chinese Club, Camera Club, anything you can think of, there's an organization for that. If there's something you want to start up that there isn't on campus yet, you can pretty much start it up with some of your friends. But the important thing I want to mention is the fact that we're an organization. This right here, what we're doing, it's called community service. Do you get paid to do this? No. Why are you here?
I want to.
I mean, can't you be like sleeping in or something? How many of you? Oh, okay. How many of you do not have class today?
Yeah, I actually do have fun.
We can have
one.
But at UNC Charlotte, most of the students on campus do not have classes on Fridays. So you guys want to sleep in? You can sleep in.
One of the beauties of going to college is you pretty much choose your own schedule. Right now, probably the teacher chooses your schedule, tells you which classes to take. Whenever you get to college, you can choose a schedule however you want. If you're a morning person, you can take classes in the morning and have the whole afternoon for free to do have activities, do some homework, or just hang out with your friends. Or if you know you're not a morning person like I am, I struggle in the morning. Take mostly later classes around 12, 1 o'clock. Sometimes I know like last semester I wouldn't have classes on Wednesdays or Fridays, and because I work my schedule around that. So if you'd like to have a job during the day, you can take night classes as well. So once you get to college, you get a lot of freedom. But with that freedom comes responsibility and organization as well.
You just kind of got to make sure that you have to stay focused. I mean, because there's going to be times where you want to go out, just go hang out with your friends, but honestly, you have to stay focused. That, your goal is to graduate college, and your friends aren't going to be there at the end. I mean, go hang out with them, but just remember that your priority is your work.
All right, I'm gonna ask a serious question, and this is for you guys. How many of you guys party here? Be honest. Okay. So yeah, see, the thing is, college is fun. It could be fun. It could be a lot of fun. It'll be the 4 amazing years, maybe 5, maybe 6, maybe 10. But it'll be the most amazing years of your life. And the thing is, you have to be able to manage your time. Yeah, some of us do party. We go out with our friends, but you guys get called nerds if if you gotta study for a test, you gotta do homework or something. Like you gotta stay in something. Do you guys get any of that?
No, but we actually get support. Like our friends say, go study. Your test is coming up, so make sure you get that passing grade.
Usually how it is, like Monday through Thursday, it's like through class, you're studying organizational stuff. And then when it comes to Friday and Saturday, then, that's our hangout, our free time. We go party, we go, uptown or whatever, once you get a little bit older, of course. But, if you stay focused Monday through Thursday, then you actually have that free time on the weekends where you can go out and have fun.
Basically, what college does, it provides you with freedom. If you're passionate about something, if there's something that you really like, you can do that. It's one of the best ways to find a way to do something that you actually enjoy. You can get up in the morning and say, man, I'm going to go do do something that I like. You know, it's not like, oh man, it's Monday. You know, no, it's Monday. Awesome. I'm gonna do something that I enjoy. And also at college, you can pretty much choose what you're into. Like, I do not mind going to school at all. I really enjoy it. Like, I'm like, man, I'm going to class. That's awesome. You know, I'm serious. Like, when I was in middle school, in high school, I was bored. I mean, I'm not saying do this, but I'm just saying I was one of those students that was just bored. You know, I was like, oh my god, it's so boring. So I just, you know, slept and got bad grades, whatever. But then I got into college, so then I found stuff that I'm passionate about, you know. And I just go into class. I'm like, I like this, you know. It gives you the opportunity to choose what you want to study, and also it gives you the freedom and the opportunity to do something that you really want to do. That way you're happy for it. Because that's what people work for, because they want to be happy. You know? So why not do something for a living that you're happy with? So it's like a win-win situation.
Exactly, and like you do get a lot of homework. You know, you got to do group projects and stuff. But when it, like Fredo was saying, like if it's something that you really enjoy, that you like everything you do doesn't really seem like a hassle. Doesn't seem like something that you have to do. You know, it's like you see it as you get some pleasure from it, and that's the best way to like go through college, because you get good grades by enjoying what you do. Because eventually you want to get to a career or get a job that you like. You know, nobody wants to do a job that they don't like. So like the first step for it is getting your major within the area that you like. Although getting a major in a certain degree doesn't always define what your career is going to be, but it sure sets the first step for it.
So we might have gotten a little bit ahead of ourselves. Can anybody tell me, how do I get into college in the first place? Yes.
You gotta get a high school scholarship.
High school scholarship? Yeah, I mean, that's one way to pay for college. Can anybody tell me anything else that you know about getting into college? What's that? He did? Okay. Anybody else? Yeah.
High school degree.
High school degree, exactly. What else? What are some other things that are important to go to college? Yeah.
Good grades.
Good grades, yes. Anything else? One thing I learned that is in middle school I used to think, oh, you know, my grades are not going to affect my high school or how I get into college and stuff like that. But in reality, it all starts right now. Because if you don't start, like, your study habits, your learning skills, everything right now that you do, and everything you learn right now, you'll learn it better in the future. I know a few months ago, I went to an elementary school, and they had a board full of like scientific method and all these other words, and I'm like, whoa, I'm actually learning this right now. I'm glad they taught me this like in elementary and middle school, because now I understand this more in depth. So what you learn right now is like a building blocks. So anybody played with Legos or blocks? You know how you have to keep going up and up and up, and you know you build it. But if you don't have that structure, what happens? Exactly. Or like what is it, Jenga? Jenga. Anybody play Jenga? Right? If you take that one part out, say you missed one of your teacher's lectures, or one of your teachers was teaching you division, just per se. That's that one piece of the Jenga, and then next thing you know, it all falls apart. So what you're learning right now is going to really help you out in the future. How do I pay for college? Can anybody tell me how to pay for college? Yeah.
Financial aid.
Financial aid. All right. Anybody else?
Another best way of getting paid that you're not gonna end up getting out of your pocket. Go ahead. Say it.
Scholarships? All right. I know with my family, I grew up in, my parents were from Mexico, and we struggled with money. They couldn't really help me out, but for most of us, what we did was either work on campus, we applied for scholarships, We've got financial aid, like she said. There's many types of financial aid. Anybody want to explain what types of financial aid we have at school?
There is literally thousands of different ways you can find financial aid or to fund college. If you really want to go, there's a way. There really is. No matter what your situation is, if you really want to do it, the funds are there. Trust me. So don't ever say that college is unattainable because of your situation. There's ways how to get it. You just have to look for it. It can be done.
Does anybody do community service? Not yet. Well, hopefully eventually. Okay, we have one. That's good.
Yeah.
During high school, you will do so because there are so many nonprofit organizations and profit organizations out there who have money to offer for you guys to go to college. So if you guys start creating those connections, doing community service, that could be a great way for you to obtain scholarships because they already know you, they know what you work like, they know your aspirations for the future. So that would be a great way to obtain scholarships. There's also loans, which somebody mentioned financial aid, which is done through a form called FAFSA, which is like the financial aid form or something. And they give you federal government loans, which can be subsidized or unsubsidized. What that means is that you get the loan, but you don't have to pay interest on it until after you graduate, which means once you start working, after you graduate, that's when you start to pay back your loan. So it's kind of like this money is adding up. You don't want to add too much or get unnecessary loan because eventually you have to pay them back. But it's a great way to go to college. That's part of how I pay my tuition, as well with grants, which grants are based on your financial needs, which means that if your family doesn't make a lot of money, then they give you these grants, so it's money from the government that you don't have to pay back. So it's kind of like, I guess, a mixture of scholarship and loan.
Also, there's like you were saying, scholarships and grants. There's many organizations out there. There's, like I said, thousands, and that's where I get most of my funding. I literally just apply. Some places you just apply and you tell them your situation. I want to do this, and they'll just supply it to you. Or others, you just have to write an essay. You have to put your heart into it. Oh, I want to go to college because of this, but I really can't because of my situation, and it's there. And those I don't have to pay back. It's provided. It's free. It's not like a loan where okay, I'm done, then I have to pay it back. So like I said, if you really look, it could literally be just as easy as just a simple application. Another, just write an essay, and you can even reuse that essay for other places, and it's free. You don't have to pay it back. You don't have to worry about interest or something like that.
And for scholarships, there's a misconception that you need to have like the highest grade, or you need to have like a 4.0 GPA to get a scholarship, and that's not necessarily true. Sometimes when you plan ahead and you are, I guess you have a plan of what you want to use, what you're learning for. A lot of scholarships, they have a purpose. Like each organization has a purpose. So even if you don't have the best grades, even if you're not the most outgoing person or whatever, when you write that essay that Fredo was talking about, you really put your heart into it and you tell this organization what your future plans. And a lot of times that counts a lot more than statistics and your GPA and stuff. So that could get you a lot more money than just getting a 4.0. I know for myself, I told you guys I'm minoring in Chinese, and I'm going to China this summer because I applied to a scholarship, and I told them what I want to do with international business, that I want to do with Chinese, I want to do some kind of trading in the future, I don't know. But I really put my thought into it. I took my time. I did not procrastinate on it, and eventually I got it. And I don't have the highest grades in the school, but I really told them what I wanted to do.
I'm gonna tell you something that was pretty cool for me. In high school they weren't really my good years. I wasn't earning the best grades. I wasn't the best student. But what I did do was I joined a couple organizations. One of them was called DECA. I don't know if some schools have it here, and they're gonna be high schools, of course, not middle schools. But DECA, pretty much, it was somewhat of a business club on campus or in our high school. And because I joined it when I applied to Johnson and Wales University, which is here in downtown Charlotte, I applied to Johnson and Wales and they accepted me. I'm like, okay, cool, I get accepted. Next week they send me a letter. I'm like, congratulations for being accepted, blah blah blah. Because you were in DECA, we are giving you 25, 26. It was $26,500. How many would like? How many of you would like $26,000? Just like that. What I do? I didn't do anything. All I did was I joined an organization in high school, and the school got the records. And next thing you know, I get a scholarship offer just because I was in the organization. I was like, whoa, that was pretty cool, you know.